I just opened TikTok. I'm bored.
Are you not bored?
Welcome back to Dumb and Broke. I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Brian. And please welcome to the pod, Nick.
Hi.
Already fucking up. You didn't even.
No,
I know you guys are thinking, if you're watching on YouTube right now, no, Pee Wee Herman has not been resurrected.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I felt like I should have
He
started.
gets up, walks out.
Wow.
We've never seen Nick
That's
again.
why I was asked here.
You brought that up last weekend when we were celebrating your partner. If you guys don't remember, Eddie is his partner, and he was on the podcast like, I don't know, a month or two ago. It was a really good episode. If you haven't watched it, you should check it out. But Nick, where was I going with that?
We were talking about celebrity lookalikes and who people get. And I said that the only people that I've ever gotten are Randy Rainbow, which is fine.
Randy Rambo. Rambo?
Rainbow. Did I say Rambo?
I don't know.
Rainbow.
I don't know who that is.
He redoes songs like parodies, and they're usually pretty funny. So I don't mind that one, but then also I get Pee Wee Herman, which is not as nice.
I never thought about that until you said it. But now I kind of see it. But like, I don't think it's a bad thing.
Well,
That's an interesting thing. Just like the connotation of him, not necessarily his looks, but that's an interesting thing to say to someone.
What's Pee Wee Herman's name?
couldn't tell you.
No.
Paul something. I don't know.
Does anyone tell you that you look like someone?
I mean, I get a couple people, but once I was making out with a guy and he like stopped, looked at me, and then told me that I look like Bette Midler. Which we've looked at pictures.
I remember
and
this.
it's not actually wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like certain eras of her life.
And it's like the cheeks and like our eyes are a little squinty. Yeah. But I was like, that's an interesting. I was like
okay.
Hocus Pocus? He's like, yeah. I was like,
Wrong.
oh.
Did you continue kissing?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
That turned you on, probably.
That's
I've gotten
It was like a backhanded compliment, and it worked. This was college.
okay. It's one of those ones where you're like, they're not super attractive, but also they're recognizable and nice.
Sure.
You kind of have to, like, I feel like you don't want to have that moment from that girl on like Love Island or Love is Blind where she like claimed that she looked like Megan Fox.
Right.
And everyone roasted her. So you don't want to go like full extreme. So like, I feel like that Betty Midler is a safe, doppelganger.
Yeah, that's just who I'm going to use from here on out. Just set the expectations low, and then people can make their own assumptions from there on out.
I've gotten
I feel
a few.
like Pee Wee Herman is a good one.
Sure.
I've gotten McLovin before, which I don't appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten the rapper Logic when I used to buzz cut my hair.
Okay.
Do you know what it is? He sang that 1-800 like suicide line. Can I say that word? I don't know.
Yes.
And then now I get Will Poulter.
You're not going to bring up Sydney Sweeney?
Oh. I have one of my friends, Abby. She will constantly send me like pictures of Sydney Sweeney, and she swears that I look like her.
Honestly, I can kind of see it.
I do see it.
She's hot right now.
Yeah. She's always been hot. I don't know. I feel like that's like, I'm like, the thing is, all the other people I said, like, I feel like I'm like the hot version of them, but like with Sydney Sweeney, I'm the ugly version of that. So like, oh, you agree?
No, but I understand what you're talking about. I see. I see what you mean.
So I don't want to like claim that, but apparently people think that. Anyhow, welcome to the podcast, Nick.
Hi.
We're really excited to have you because you're quite the opposite of Eddie in the sense that like your humor is very like quiet and it's like you don't see it coming. Mm-hmm. Where like I feel like Eddie is like, Eddie is more extroverted, I would say. Would you agree with that? Like he's more extroverted than you?
But Eddie on the podcast said that he wasn't extroverted, that he's a learned extrovert, which I talked to people at his brunch that he went to college with, and they were like, I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I think that what he means by that, because I also don't necessarily agree. I don't think that he's an introvert at all. Mm-hmm. But I think that maybe he just puts more effort into being an extrovert.
Oh,
Because I think like the same way as an introvert, the same way that it feels like a lot of energy, I feel like maybe he's feeling the same drain, but it just doesn't like impact him as much.
Right. I can see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel, but and whenever we explain you to other people, when we're talking shit about you to other people, we always say like, you have like the, like, I don't know, like the
You
quickest,
say the perfect thing at the perfect time.
Yeah. You're like the type of person that only...
No pressure.
You don't...
Like, honestly, possibly one of the funniest people I've ever been around.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I'm also jealous because like, I feel like sometimes I talk when I don't need to. I have a fucking podcast, but you know, like, I feel like you only say something when you have something to say, which I think is a really nice quality. I can just picture you in like your work meetings. Like, you're probably not the person that's like going off mute just to like shoot the shit.
Yeah.
Or are you?
It's funny because I was actually at a work lunch yesterday and we were talking about this. And if there's silence, I have to fill it because the anxiety and the awkwardness is way too much. So if nobody's talking, and the worst is when it's like 3 or 4 people and they're just like looking at each other, I fill every second of that silence because I just get so uncomfortable that I have to fill it.
Oh, I'm the exact same. I can't sit in an elevator with a group of people that are silent. But it's almost like it's like a running joke where I'll get in an elevator, especially in my apartment building, and it's silent, and I'm like, so how's your day going?
Oh God.
And I'm sure people hate it.
I
but
hate
like
that.
I can't do it. Everybody's sitting in there looking at their phones and like, there's no bars in this elevator. We all know that. What are you looking at?
They're going through their old photos.
Sure.
I do that.
They're looking at their old firework pictures.
Yeah.
They're pretending not to notice that I'm in the room, and I'm here to let them know that I am.
I am here.
But yeah, you say the perfect thing at the perfect time.
Well, thank you. I feel like now that we've acknowledged that I'm the funniest person, that makes up for Pee Wee Herman. So
Yeah.
we're back at 0. Perfect. We're back like +1.
Perfect.
Great.
Can we talk about Trader Joe's, please? Like, this has been on my mind for a long time. Well, first of all, I want to say that I am a new Trader Joe goer. Like, I think maybe like 3-4 months ago was the first time I ever stepped foot in a Trader Joe's, because it's just like not around the corner. So I wasn't interested, but I finally got myself there. And first, I want to say that I am so impressed because every fucking item at Trader Joe's that I've had is so fucking good. But on the flip side, you know how like Chelsea, you and I have spoken about like we're going to get into a fight one day. Right? Not you and I.
Yeah, I was like, about?
Not you and I.
A physical altercation with another person. Yes.
I am convinced that it is going to happen for me, and it's going to happen at Trader Joe's.
But
Why?
like, what a nice place to. You'd have to feel really okay. Continue.
Is it the line?
It is the people. Like, no, the line's fine. The lines move really quick. It is so crowded, and the one that I go to the one on Long Island City, and it's kind of. I feel like it's kind of small. Actually, I don't know. I've never been to other ones, but
They're all packed.
It's always packed, no matter when I go, and people don't know like how to like be. You know, they take up the entire fucking row, and they are always in my way, and they're just like not self-aware, and it gets me so aggravated. And when I say it out loud, I feel like, wow, Brian, like, you need to calm down. But no, like, it really gets me really upset. And I just know one day I'm going to say something. I do say something a lot of time. I'll be like, hello. Like, I'm kind of like passive aggressive about it. But I know one day someone's going to catch me on a bad day, and I'm probably going to say it to the wrong person, and the person is going to want to square up. Yeah. And then I'm going to have to square up.
When we talk about getting into a fight and having to feel really justified about it, I didn't see that justification being
You are holding Trader Joe's patch right there.
Orange chicken aisle of Trader Joe's.
That's actually my favorite item at Trader Joe's.
I know. I know. Yeah. So I'm with you, but I'm not with you.
Okay.
I hate to be the one to tell you this, but I think that's every store. That's just every grocery store.
I guess I don't really go. Before Trader Joe's, I would do Amazon Fresh, so I just like avoided that completely. But now I'm going to Trader Joe's often. It's like I think I just need to find the best time to go because I'm going after work, which is when everyone's going. And the last time I went was on a Sunday.
Okay.
So
Brian's like, I've tried all the different times.
Well, I have a job. I can't just
5:30 p.m.
leave like midday.
Yeah.
So
I think the hard part for me with Trader Joe's is I also only went the first time maybe like 2 years ago, and I didn't know that they don't have regular things. So I went wanting my Oreo, Breyers ice cream, and like 3 other things, and like Cheerios, and I was so confused. I was like, "Where's the real stuff? Like, where are the actual?"
As
stuff?
a first-time goer, you can't create a list, and that is stressful.
Yeah.
Because you can't even look it up online. You have to like know people who know things to get.
have you ever gotten into a fight, Nick?
A physical fight?
Yeah.
No. But I also have the same feeling that one day, and when it happens, I feel so sorry because there's just all of these years of quiet rage that have built up. So they will be gone.
I believe
They
it.
will be powder. I don't know.
That's exactly how I feel too, because it hasn't happened, but I know what
Brian,
I
it can't happen at a grocery store. Like, it's got to be different.
Why not?
How are you you're explaining that to us right now, and we're kind of like,
Okay, so I didn't finish. So what happens is I call out someone for like not being self-aware, and I say, "Hello, you're not the only one in the freaking grocery store, buddy." And then the person turns around and they end up being like a big, strong man. And he said, "What did you say?" And he gets in my face.
you say, I don't want to do this.
No.
I don't want to do this. And then he does it, and you have to finish it. Powder.
I think in that scenario, I have to swing first. Because if he hits me, it's probably over. But if I hit him first.
I don't know what crazy, but there's a Reddit called Fight Porn. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Reddit stresses me out.
I love Reddit. It's one of the only social media that I'll scroll through, but it's called Fight Porn, and it's literally just fights. Like, it's just it's supermarkets, it's Walmarts, it's literally everything, and most of the time it's just wild, just fist fights.
I watch a lot of those on Twitter.
I think that it's because I need to study how to dust someone,
Wait, I'm not doing my research.
but it is. I don't know why I enjoy watching it. I think because sometimes the best part is when it's a real asshole, and then they get their come up.
Oh yeah,
whatever it's
that's
called.
always like
Then-
really like it feels. Yeah, you're rooting for them. You're like I don't know them at all, but like anytime it's like bully gets back at
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or no, not the bully gets back. You know what I meant.
Yeah.
I feel like I've
Bully
really been
pushes a blanket
pushed.
and gets instant karma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
I feel like I've really been pushed into Reddit recently. It just, the interface is chaotic to me, and that is unsettling.
Yeah.
I find a lot of our controversial opinions on Reddit because they get controversial on Reddit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but your point on Trader Joe's like having normal stuff, I felt the same way, and I saw a tweet I think today or yesterday that was like, if Trader Joe's sold Diet Coke, they would take over the entire grocery business. Like,
If Trader Joe's just went on Uber Eats or found a way to deliver, that it would be
over for these hoes.
game over. Like, you don't even have to market; just put it on a delivery service. But
I wonder why they don't.
Because they don't need to. But yeah, they could just, but that's not an excuse, right? We live in a capitalist world, right?
If I'm not mistaken, aren't they the ones that have like that insist on like the high wages and like good benefits and training?
I believe
I
so.
think that's part of their story. So maybe they don't want to support like they don't have control over like the drivers. So maybe it's like an ethical thing.
That could be true.
That's nice.
And I know they don't do any marketing, so that's how they keep their prices low. So who knows? Maybe that's it.
They keep the prices low because they're not paying for the brand names.
Exactly. You're getting
Joe's Oats.
They've found a way. Were you guys one of those families that we always had cereal, but it was never brand name cereal. It was always in the bag, and it was always like Fruity Tooties or something.
Yeah.
So Trader Joe's has found a way to just like tap into the hearts of the lower middle class. And here's like, listen, there's no brand name here. It's all Fruity Tooties in this
But
joint.
the food is good. And that makes me think, was the store brand stuff actually good, but in our minds they weren't because they weren't?
No, they had brand value. They have a rent up here is what.
Right.
But I don't think they're better than the
Right.
off-brand stuff.
Oh yeah, that's
what
what
I
you were
tell
saying.
myself.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
Brian was saying like were they just as good? We just didn't think that they were the off brands because they didn't have the
Yeah.
branding.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow. So
Probably.
Trader-
It was probably literally the same cereal.
Yeah. Wow.
That was a wow.
Wow.
Cool.
No, like no, it made me think like
That's crazy.
as a kid I'm complaining to my dad like why can't I get the real, Captain Crunch, So I feel bad now. Anyways, Nick, you are one of the rare that are born and raised in New York, right?
Correct.
I have a question for you.
Tell me.
How do you feel about us?
I've
in
been
general.
waiting for you to ask.
He's like, actually, this is my controversial opinion.
Yeah, I honestly, it's one of those things where I would say growing up, everybody else is from New York, so you don't notice that you're like different. But now, like once you enter the workforce, everybody's like, oh my God, born and raised in New York, that's so rare. Where to me, it's like, it's not. And I just feel like now it's probably like more than 50% transplants. I don't know what to call you people, but I think it's great. I think it's,
Your voice went up.
I think it's great. But I think that, I don't know, there's room for everybody. Well, there isn't room for everybody. Just physically, there isn't.
We're actually kind of capped at the moment. It's
That
pretty
reminds-
tight.
come.
Grocery stores are getting violent.
Yeah.
That reminds me of Geogun season 6 when RuPaul's Drag Race.
Okay.
This like really like cunty queen like enters the workroom and she's talking about like a heavier set queen and she's like, my God, I guess there's room for everyone.
Yeah. She's bad.
You
She
need
wants
to
to be on House of Villains,
Does she?
and she should be.
Yeah, she should be.
I need to get into it.
You need to get into it. It's so good. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's like this is how I feel about Housewives. Like I can't get into. Are you a Housewives fan?
Some.
Okay. I can't get into it because I feel like there's just too many franchises that I'm overwhelmed, and I just feel like I didn't jump on the train early enough, so I can't now. And I feel like that's probably how a lot of people feel about Drag Race because there's like 747 seasons, and Yeah.
What's
far
your
too
top?
much.
I know we have a lot of Housewives listeners. What's your number one?
Beverly Hills. Hands down, no questions. Beverly Hills.
Who's in that? Who are the big names in that one?
Kyle Richards.
Oh, I'm watching Buying Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of doppelgängers, one of my friends, Taylor, was at my birthday party, and she is unsettled by the fact that Eddie told her that she looked like Kyle Richards. And
I think that's
she
a
can't
compliment.
forget it.
No.
Well, she's just like
That
younger.
Paige
Yeah.
looks like Kyle Richards?
No, Taylor.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I think it's just because she's so much older that she's like, wait, what?
Wait, was she offended?
Yeah.
A little.
Oh shit. Never mind.
Not like offended, but like,
Kyle Richards is beautiful.
I think
Yeah.
you have to qualify it too and say like you look like a younger so and so.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, did you tell her what that guy said that you look like?
Then I'm like Bette Midler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess Bette Midler was young at one point, but no one's thinking of the young Bette Midler when they say that, right?
When you say young, do you mean like Beaches young or like First Wives Club young?
I don't know anything that you just said.
Okay.
I know.
Me
Hocus Po-
me neither. I heard about those. I was just on.
Yeah,
reading
Nick.
What they
TV,
say.
so-
This is on Reddit.
Yeah, Nick, how old are you?
I am 36 years old.
Are you really?
So yeah.
Oh.
What does that mean?
I don't know if you've listened, but Brian just notoriously hates on anyone who is a
No.
day older than him.
I thought like maybe you were like 37, but like you were just like going down.
I always get confused, but just because I'm bad at math. But I am 36. I will be 36.
I feel like if somebody was born on August 13th of your same year, on August 13th, you'd be like, oh my God, you're so old. And then
Tegan-
you would stop. the
Tegan
next
just
day.
turned 31.
Yeah.
You know, we've been 30 for 6 months together, but now she's 31. She is significantly older than me now.
I think the word you used was officially older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now it's significantly.
Ooh.
Wait, what's your I forget when your birthday is. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Gemini.
Hey,
It's okay.
I love.
It's okay.
Okay,
We can't all be
thanks.
perfect. It's fine.
I feel like we just get a bad rap, but you
Well, I have a Gemini moon and a Gemini rising. So
okay.
my
I don't think
God's- my God's Gemini.
Geminis are bad.
No.
I think we're all bad, actually. You know.
We're
But
all
we're all
worse.
good. we're all bad and we're all good.
Sure.
Somebody said something recently to me where, because you always go, oh, you're two-faced. Like, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
But somebody said recently, they were like, oh, you see life from two different perspectives.
It's the duality of things.
And it took, that's all that it took for it to wipe away all the two-faced comments. So now I'm like, I do. I usually do.
And
Well, that's usually you listen to your horoscope and you latch onto the good things and you're like, oh yeah, that's me. Yeah.
And if you want to hear more about astrology, check out our previous episode by clicking somewhere. I don't know.
Just go back.
Yeah, just go back. But yeah, I asked that New York question because sometimes I feel, I don't know if it's like guilty. I don't know why I feel that way, but I feel like I'm like New Yorkers don't like us, Chelsea. And it
I
makes
don't
me-
agree.
Oh, really?
They love me.
But
I think I'm just because I'm like, I'm here to stay.
True.
So, like me, hate me, do whatever you want.
I have gotten by from a New Yorker that they thought that I was from here. I was like, wow, and I don't know why that like held so much like power and so much significance for me, but it did.
Because it makes you feel like you don't look like an idiot walking around. Because I feel like that would be that's the mental image of somebody who's not from here. It's just like,
What do you think made them say that? Because I agree. I think it would be hard to just be having a conversation with somebody and think like, oh, you might be from New York. Like, unless you have a map and like a camera
I think-
and a weird hat, like that to me is a dead giveaway.
I
Yeah.
think they just because like I guess I just like knew like the areas and like I picked up on that stuff really quick, but I think that exact mentality that I was just like explaining, like that made me feel good, is the exact reason why a lot of non-New Yorkers hate New Yorkers or anyone who like lives in New York.
I think something that made sense that you were saying the other day was when you would get really frustrated, or even about Trader Joe's. I think my sister just said something that was really interesting to me, which was we get mad because we are considerate, and it's people being inconsiderate that makes us mad. It's not
is
that they're
so
getting
true.
it our
I think
way.
it's self-awareness. I don't know.
And self-awareness.
Yeah.
Like, I think that I'll speak for myself. Like, I try so hard not to get in anybody's way, to make myself small all the time. And so when people aren't and don't, that's the most frustrating, because of the action, but mostly because I would never be in that situation.
That's exactly I think that's exactly what it is. And I think most of those people who are not self-aware, they don't realize it. And that's even more frustrating. So like, that's who you are. And I'm like, you need to change everything. So like, yeah.
one thing that I do that might be frowned upon, but if I'm walking on a sidewalk, specifically if it is a man, not usually if it's a woman, but if I'm walking on the sidewalk and I'm walking, say you and I are walking toward each other, I won't move. I won't. You can move. I'm not moving around you. That's like when you were saying, I will make myself small. I will in every other circumstance, especially working around a grocery store. But in that circumstance, there's just something that's in me that's like, your move.
I've been in those like those positions or situations before where I won't. It's very specific. If I feel like I should move because I don't know, I'm on the
Right.
wrong side,
100%.
I will definitely. But if I know I am walking where I should be walking, I will not move. In fact, and I will you let them like bump into you?
If it's a man, yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, girls I'll usually go around. It's really just, and specifically a straight man. If it's a straight man and I feel like he expects me to move, absolutely not.
Do you ask first? Do you look at the shoes?
Do
How do
I-
you know that he's straight?
How do you know that men are gay? Like,
Well,
yeah.
Well, yeah.
yeah, I mean, you should really she's really asking that question for like personal reasons.
So like if it ever has actually happened to a gay man, I'm so sorry.
But I've actually been in that exact situation with Venus Williams
Okay.
when I worked.
Did you get pummeled?
No, but I almost did. But I used to work at the WTA, and we were at like the year-end championships, 2017, I'm pretty sure. And before the tournament, there was like this big like gala thing. So like all the top 8 players were getting ready, and like I was like help coordinating stuff. And I was like walking across the room, but I was walking like straight, and I saw her I'm like, should I be saying this? I saw her coming. She was walking, but she was walking diagonal. So like I felt like in my mind, like I am walking in the right path. And I saw her walking, and I was like going through all of it in my head. I was like, I'm not gonna like. I know we're about to clash. I'm not gonna like slow down or speed up to get out of her way. I'm just gonna keep going. We got so close. I chickened out and I jumped.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, she won.
But you saw
She
who it
won.
was as it was happening?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I knew. Yeah, like all the players were in the.
And he was like, I'm going to take on Venus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a choice.
But she got me.
Yeah.
She got me, gal. Mm-hmm.
Go, girl.
My new thing is I'll just stop. I've done that a couple of times where Eddie says this all the time. Like I'm the one who like runs into the street just to not be in people's way. But if I know for a fact that I am in the right and I'm walking on the right side and I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, my new thing is I'll just stop. And then people get confused because they like expect you to either move or whatever. And I'm just like, I'm not. Why? Nope.
Your move.
Yeah.
Oh, you just like unlocked like a memory that I have like probably once every other week when you're like in each other's way and you're like,
yeah.
like you go this way, and you're like,
And
should we
then
just
somebody
start
goes,
making
"We're
out?
dancing."
Yeah, someone says that or like
That's
oh
such
my-
a Southern dad comment.
Oh God. Similarly, I got on the elevator in my building and somebody had on the same shoes. And I said, I like your shoes. And then I got so embarrassed that I said, oh, I just sounded like a dad. I like your shoes. And then I said it again.
Did they laugh?
I moved out. No. No, it was, yeah, they were like,
Yeah.
but regret.
Regret. Those are scenarios where I'll walk out of and I'll just whisper to myself, not your best.
Yeah.
This is not your best.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Because you think about it for like a good 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
You know?
Decade.
Yeah. Too long.
One thing that's been very freaking weird in my life is that I've been sent baby formula a couple of times now. The first box I received like a week or two ago was a box, no sender information. It had my name, my address, and it was like liquid formula, like 4 or 5 bottles. I opened it and I picked up one of the bottles was completely empty, but it doesn't look like it had been opened.
Interesting.
I instantly thought like someone is trying to poison me, but then I was like, wait, but I wouldn't be drinking it. Then I thought it was like, okay, maybe someone like some sicko is just trying to like be crazy and like, I don't know, like kill babies. And they just thought like maybe I would have a baby and I don't know, wild. But then the other day I got another package of like the like powdered formula and it does have sender information. And I'm just like, why the hell am I getting this? And isn't this stuff expensive?
I think so.
Was it from the same place?
The first package didn't have any sender information.
But was it the same brand of formula?
I don't know. The first package, I was so like freaked out. I just threw it out.
I can tell you. I think it was like FML or something.
Yes. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because I sent you a picture.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. What do you think? Am I getting?
I think you shouldn't drink it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Think-
I already
you're
had a
getting
glass this morning.
I think if this one has sender information, I think you should look up where it's coming from and then, or there's no like letter or anything inside that's like, this is the formula you ordered. No?
No. It has like a coupon.
You're getting pranked and it's a long con.
Yeah.
I don't like this. This is not a good prank.
Have you considered witness protection?
I have. I constantly feel like someone is out to get me, and I will find you. How come that guy plays that character in like every movie? You know what I'm talking about?
Liam Neeson?
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
played that character like 17 times.
He has. And then he's a sweet old dad in Love Actually.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Do you know who we're talking about?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see that movie. But
Love Actually? Oh, that's a top movie for me. It got a lot of controversy this year over Christmas. I guess the plot lines don't seem realistic, but like if I want to watch something realistic, I'll watch reality TV. I want to watch a movie. Give me something unrealistic to think about.
Yeah.
Is it time to get a little controversial?
I think so. That's my
That's
southern-
how I think
I
so.
think so. Is that cultural appropriation?
Being Southern, you are from the South.
This is like an ongoing beef. We're about to fight over this.
You're such a New Yorker now that now you're appropriating.
I was about to do a New York accent, but I'm afraid it's not
Yeah,
going to be good.
maybe too far.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's do some controversial opinions. Do you want to kick it off?
Sure. You said you have a couple?
I have 2 or 3.
Okay, so maybe we can alternate
Yes.
just in case mine are shit.
It's fine.
Okay. I don't think that it really matters where people work. And I'm not really interested, for the most part, when you meet new people.
I fully agree with that.
I think it should be the least interesting thing about you.
It's a combination of not caring and also nobody really knows what anybody else does for a living. So when people go in depth and they're like, this is what I cover and I manage this many people, I don't care.
I
truly don't know your job.
Yeah.
If we're being honest, I know what Brian does, but I don't really know what Brian does.
yeah, like you know what, like you know my job title, but you don't know what
Yeah.
the hell I do.
Yeah.
I barely know what the hell I do.
I honestly find it kind of annoying if that's one of someone's first questions. I'm like,
Yeah.
Especially like
I'm a Nepo baby.
especially when like you're on the dating apps and they ask that, like I guess like whatever, when you actually get on like that first date, it's like a conversation starter, I guess. But like on the apps when they ask that, like sometimes it's like one of the first questions. They'll be like, so what do you do? I'm like,
But I hate when people talk to me about fitness. Hate it.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So last week we were like, I was talking about how like this one girl put in her Instagram bio, her like the marketing agency that she worked for and all the brands, but like none of her content had anything to do with that. So it's like, that's your bio?
Yeah.
It's so lame.
That's the most important thing that you fit into two lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've talked about before, like when people are like, I'm a consultant. What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're all consultants.
I agree. Yeah.
And actually, like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to sound shitty like that. I don't care, but when people are going on and on, it's like I'm not going to remember. Like I don't know what Eddie does to be friend. Like I know the field, right? But I also always try to say like I'm in finance. That's like 3 words, and then if not, then I'll say like I work at a food company. Like just give me something enough for me to be like, oh, okay.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
That's all we
I
need.
promise you I'm not going to ask any questions. Unless you're like a porn star, then like let's please talk about every single detail.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Like there are certain exceptions to that, I
Yeah.
think. Like I want to hear
It's
about
really exciting.
Yeah. What's something that would get you excited? Anyone?
Are you asking for our fetish?
What's a job that you're like if someone was like an astronaut,
I think if somebody was a musician, they probably want you to ask, like,
I'm sure they would,
yeah, something like they're promoting their music or something. I feel like I would ask, like, oh, what genre? Or, but
Yeah.
I feel sometimes that's weird when people are like, I'm an actor. And they're like, oh, would I have seen anything? And they're like, no.
and then you're like, okay,
What if they're like, yeah, I'm a musician. Do you want to hear? And they start playing.
yeah. Or they pull up their Spotify and play a full 2 to 3 minute song in front of you.
Or an actor just starts like, here, do you want me to reenact a scene right now?
So really, let's just not bring up jobs ever.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it out.
I think so. Okay, so
Yeah.
not so controversial.
No.
Okay.
Nick, so what do you do? Just kidding.
I'm in finance.
All right. I'll go next. This one is like, I don't know. It's not necessarily opinion. Well, I guess it is opinion, but this is something that like personally annoys me. And I don't remember if we've talked about this before, but when people go to their like Instagram story or Facebook to ask a question that is so what?
I'm thinking that you can Google.
That you can Google. Like, hey, does anyone know like how to like file your taxes? Are you serious?
Yep.
Like something like that. I'm like, you can literally Google. In today's day and age, you can literally Google anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know that like
I feel like questions should be like recommendation related or something like even that you can Google, but you're looking for valued sources. But yeah, stupid questions of like, what time does this game start?
Yeah.
What time? And you're just like,
It took you more effort to post that than it did to Google.
truly.
Agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that like I get so like I don't know if it's like unreasonable, but I get like my skin boils and I want to like
Could you imagine you just commented on every single one of those questions? It's like, Google exists.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Let Me Google That For You?
No.
It's so good. So you go to it's lmgtfy.com. You go and you type in what the person should search, and it gives you a link. And when the person clicks the link, it opens up a screen of Google, types their question in, and then says, was that so hard? And then redirects to the search results from Google.
I love that.
It is priceless.
Just going to send that to them. Yeah.
So I will say, my last job, one of my bosses he would piss me off, but he got his point across. It happened twice. One time it was like a toilet exploded at midnight, and I ran up there and didn't know what to do. And so I called him. He answered, and then he was like, okay, hung up the phone, and then sent me a YouTube link of how to turn off the toilet water. And I was like, fuck you.
Oh my God.
And then another time I was like, I don't know how to get, but I'm also asking him because he's opened a million of these clubs. I'm like, I don't know how to get these. And then he just sends a YouTube link. And I'm just like, every time I was like, I hate you, but thank you so much. So now that is like a go-to, but he has trained me in that way. I'm going to look it up on YouTube first, and then before I ask my question.
But also, if it's exploding, then probably you just want quick help. You don't want to watch an ad, you know?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've learned a lot from YouTube, honestly. Things I don't need to know. But anyways, do you have another one?
I do. What do you feel about adult people who have like collections?
Are you just scoping the room to
Yes.
make sure that was not a collection?
And I'll be very clear. Like things that they don't use. Items that are solely to collect.
Like in the box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, won't take it out.
Yep.
I find that strange.
Like they have like a whole room in their house that's dedicated to this thing.
And to bring it back to New York, like we don't have room. So when you have a wall of name your collectible.
I just never...
Beanie Babies.
Oh, my grandma used to be a big Beanie Baby collector. And today is her 96th birthday. So take that back. No.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
No, she got rid of them, but then apparently like a lot of them are like worth a lot of money. So.
But then it's at what point do you get rid of them all? Do they have sentimental value? What are you holding them for? Is there a purpose?
Right.
I need more information.
I want to know why. Like,
Right.
what is it doing for you?
Yeah. Like if your grandmother was like, no, listen, I know that in 20 years, this is going to be worth whatever. I know where I'm going to sell them, and I'm going to sell them here for this much. I would be like, sit granny with a plan.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think people think that way. I think they just like the idea of having all of these things that are worth something, or I think they also have more sentimental value for them.
Yeah, and sentimental value is great. Like if you collect them, like my sister used to collect shot glasses from anywhere that she went. Yeah, so something like that, that's a memory that's great. Like it'll remind you of the place. But once you have 100 or more, it's like, what the fuck are you supposed to do with
Yeah.
it? And then, but when it's like, these are dolls, but I keep them in the box. And the worst is like, and they're in the closet. What is that doing?
Yeah.
For who?
Yeah. I'm afraid that he's going to be like, well, I collect.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
No, I did have Spice Girls dolls because I like the Spice Girls.
But did you just
Who
have
was
like
your
one?
favorite?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
That is a controversial opinion. Baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. Who was your favorite?
I think we've talked about this. When I was a kid, I thought like I had to say Sporty Spice, but she was never my favorite. I thought she was great, talented, but like Posh was always my favorite.
Great.
Yeah.
I was about to say watch your words because Sporty Spice was always my favorite.
Oh, was it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I think they're all.
Mel C.
Yeah, I love them all, but like I thought like I had to because she was like the sporty one, and that was the most masculine one. So I was like, of course I like the
Oh, right,
sporty
right,
one.
right.
That's why. But
Yeah.
Posh and Scary Spice were my favorites.
Honestly, I think just that question alone can tell you a lot about people.
Probably.
What, your
Yeah.
favorite Spice Girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that tracks for everyone in this room.
I'm just trying to think of what that
tells
means.
me everything I need to know.
But my point is, I threw them in the trash when I moved out from my childhood home because what am I going to do with Spice Girls dolls? You know, and
Yeah.
you see them and you're like, oh, I used to like Spice Girls. Like that's nice, but I don't have room. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. You grew up. All right. Next. Child leashes aren't that bad and get a bad rep. What do you guys think?
No,
You don't think? Wait, what?
I don't. I would not. I don't want a child, and if I did have a child, I would not likely use a leash.
I was a leash kid.
Really?
Are we shocked?
Well, your parents had a lot of kids, so like
There were 6 of us, but I think that I was the only one on the leash.
And that tells me everything I need to
Yeah.
know.
Oh my god,
These are
really?
things I feel like you guys should have already known, but
This is new information.
I would just like, I don't know, get caught up in the stores and find my way into a police officer's arm. Just like,
Yeah.
You know, so me and my sisters, we weren't leash kids, but we probably should have. My sister, we were at Disney World once, and she literally ran off to chase Goofy, and like she was missing for like 3 hours at Disney World. So she should have been on a leash.
Scary.
I think it does get a bad rep because when you look at it, when you like, you know, I've seen it, you know,
Yeah.
walking.
I've judged.
Yeah, I'm like, that just doesn't seem humane. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Got a text message.
Popular.
But I think like when I think about it, like safety though, you know?
Yeah, I'm a very stressful person around children because I assume that anything I do will kill them. So I was trying to buy a gift for one of my cousin's kids once, and I was in the Disney store and I was like threatening the salesperson. I was like, "This is dangerous," and they're like, "This is designed for a 1-year-old." And I was like, the baby can choke on the tail. I can't give this to them.
Oh my god.
And so I'm on the extreme where don't let me hold the baby, don't let me do it because I'm so afraid. So now that we're talking through it, I don't think a leash is a terrible idea. It's just the optics, I think.
The optics are
Yeah.
not good.
That's
Not-
totally
The
it.
optics are not good.
See, that's what I love about controversial opinions because you know you can start
Yeah,
with
you
you were
changed-
very
you changed
firm. You're
my
like
mind.
no, and then you know
I also feel like I've seen ones that are like bright and like springy almost, and I'm like, oh, that's cute. That seems childlike. But when it's like a legit dog leash,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. I was not on a dog
and when the
leash.
kid has a muzzle on,
It was, yeah.
that I
crazy.
can get behind. No, but I'll see like the schools around here. Well, I guess they're going on a walk or field
Okay,
trip
that's actually kind of cute.
when they're all connected.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
They're
That's a
wearing
little-
I know when I say it out loud.
vests that have like a connector to each one, and then they like walk across the street.
Yeah. And like the teacher, I guess, is like
Yeah.
connected to them too. So like
This is gonna sound really fucked up. It's like they're human
centipede. I'd be lying if I would say I wasn't thinking that.
Okay, great.
Yeah. But maybe, yeah, okay.
Let's cut it.
Do you have another one?
I do. I have 2 more.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so one is, and I would like to preface this by saying there are 100% important and legit examples where it's fine.
Okay.
But most of the times when people are like, I did my ancestry and I'm 2% German, isn't that great? Who cares?
No one.
Yeah, no one cares about.
Yeah.
I also feel like I'm very different. Like people all the time when I say I'm Italian, like my grandparents were born here, so I don't even consider myself Italian. I'm just white, like nothing. And when people are like, "Oh, where in Italy? Where does it matter?" I don't like. There's no connection, but I know that that's a very personal thing. But I think that just when people are going on and like, "Oh, my great great grandmother like helped sew the flag," is she here? Like,
Yeah. She in the room with us. I actually don't. I don't even care about my own. If I'm being perfectly honest.
wow, so
I
I
think
think
this-
that controversial. Okay, I'll try harder.
I wonder if this is like an American. I kind of do care about my own. I've never done it though, so I guess I don't care that much.
Mhm.
But I wonder if that's like what we're saying right now is kind of like an American thing, you know? Like I
Possibly.
feel like
But I know like my last name is Phillips and my mom's last name is Worthington. So I'm like, we're white. So I mean, I like to tell people that I've got some Native American. That's I've got high cheekbones because of that. But I don't actually want to know how much because I don't want to explain that. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't know. It's just just a sprinkle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
I know I'm Russian, but like, do you care?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's different, but to me, it's just like, what does that do for you?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, to be fair, I did it because I was curious to see what the results were, but it literally does nothing for me. I think it says I'm 8% Greek. I really like Greek salad. Does that explain it? Great. Like,
Totally.
maybe that's why, but I don't care.
But also, like,
Wait, now I kind of want to change my mind. I want to do it.
I kind of do too. No, I've never. Wait, have you done it before though?
No.
Oh, yeah, me either. I have a friend who found out some really, really important. I don't know why I'm bringing it up because I'm not going to reveal what it is.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I will say it. This person I'm talking about found out who their father was through this. Mm-hmm. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be one circumstance where it's like, yeah, perfectly valid.
Did they do it to find that, or
Nope.
did they know that the person that they thought was their father was not their father?
They didn't know this person existed. I won't go into too many details.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. Because I've heard of cases where they do it and then the person finds, and it's like, this is your father. And you're like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
And then it turns out that it is.
Yeah.
That's shocking.
Oh, I should do it for that reason because I've donated my eggs.
Oh, I thought you were
I've
going
got
to say.
kids out there.
I thought you were going to say, I don't know who my father
Yeah.
is.
That
So
would come up.
no. So one day they're going to be like, oh, there's this woman.
Yeah.
It is interesting. The first time, I've only done it once, but when I did it, my sister was like, that's a scam. It should say who you're related to because we were looking at the results together. And I was like, yeah, I guess so. I don't know because we knew that other family members did it. But then I clicked to the next tab on Ancestry and it's like, this is your aunt. This is your aunt. And I was like, that is my aunt. Okay. Well, and it's interesting. And there's people who I have no idea who they are. And it's like, this is your first cousin. And it's like, it's fascinating, but I'm not going to reach out.
Interesting.
That is crazy. I'm probably going to do it tonight.
We're all doing Ancestry.com.
See, again, we started off with I don't give a shit, and now we're like, like
Yeah.
we're doing it. All right. My last one is euthanasia should be made legal for consenting adults. No questions asked. I found this on the internet.
100%.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if someone like wants to be euthanized, they should have that option. I kind of think so too.
Do you think there's like parameters on it or?
Like, there should be parameters
Yeah.
because you can't do that right now, right? Asking for a friend.
I don't think so. I mean, but I don't know. Because you think about like when people unalive themselves, like in moments when they're sad, not necessarily they have like a terminal illness or something. And I mean, a lot of people, and then they end up, if like they attempt, they regret it. But if it was legal and they just like did it, then I feel like that would be, I think there would have to be some parameters.
Yeah.
Is yours tied to medical reasons or just any
No,
reason? No questions asked.
Well, because I think for medical, that's why they really use it, right? For medical reasons. This is like, if you decided that you didn't want to be here anymore, should you be able to just like go to the hospital and have them put that in you and you're done?
I say no.
I'm saying no from the perspective of why is it the hospital's responsibility?
That's a good perspective. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like,
But then it's like, there could be like murders that they were like, oh no, they wanted this.
my body, my choice. Sorry, that probably was not the right. Anyway,
It's very interesting, but I guess you're asking is like for somebody else to do it for you.
yeah, maybe you can get it at home kit.
They actually send it. It comes in. It's like the poison comes in baby food formula.
Oh my god!
Are you okay?
Well,
Oh, full circle.
gonna-
That's called a callback.
well, if you guys don't hear from me tomorrow, you know why. Do you have any more for us?
Yes. Okay. So I have one that's a little bit like rapid fire, and if none of this makes sense, then we'll just cut it.
Great.
Okay. Mostly it's things that I don't understand the science behind,
Ooh.
really. And so in my mind, they're out. They're no good.
Okay.
Okay. Ready? Vitamins.
Do they work? Do they not? I'm pretty sure I still have like 100 Flintstone vitamins
Right.
rolling around my stomach at the moment.
I've been taking this multivitamin because like one night I was like on TikTok and I'm like a victim. I'm a victim of TikTok shop. So I've have these daily vitamins, but it's the first time I've taken vitamins probably ever. So I'm currently on a daily vitamin,
Okay.
but does it make me feel any better? I don't think so. So,
Yeah.
I feel like the science behind it, you pee out about 90% of
Yes,
what's in
I
it.
think that
so.
that is true.
it's
Yeah.
and it's candy. Like it's literally.
Oh, it's like a gummy?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
No.
Yeah.
It
So
makes
it's
me
a treat.
it makes me feel good though.
Yeah.
Like it makes me feel good when I take it. Like I'm taking care of myself.
Okay.
But like
Great.
that's about as far
Yeah.
as that goes.
Yeah.
I asked because, so for two reasons. Once I was getting a physical and the doctor was like, do you take supplements? And I said, nope. And then they moved on and I was like, should I be taking supplements? And he was like, nope. And I said, okay. So that was enough for me. But then also the part that I don't understand is you're telling me some of these vitamin C pills are like 10,000% of your requirement for the day. Like how? Tell me how, right? Like if oranges have vitamin C, I understand, and you eat the orange, it goes in. But like this pill was made somewhere. It's this big. It's been on a shelf in a bottle for like 4 years. How is that?
Yeah.
How is that?
Yeah.
I can Google it, but I don't want to.
Right.
No.
I just would rather not believe in it.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you. I get questions a lot of people asking what supplements I take. And I don't.
I think it's a mix. Like if it's like, I know that medicine works, and I know that like some supplements, if they're for something specific, and you like when people take pre-workout and it's like you get a pump and like you can clearly feel that it's different. Like sure,
I'm actually
live your
on
life.
a scholarly article talking about pre-workout.
Oh, okay.
But I like pre-workout mostly because of like caffeine and it helps hydration.
Like caffeine,
But-
for example. That's some people would say that's like a supplement.
True.
If you feel more awake,
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Like, that's
yeah.
great.
I
But
think
that's
at this
true,
point
like-
it's just kind of an addiction. But
some things I just like don't understand. I don't like really care to understand. Like sometimes when I have a headache, I take ibuprofen. What the hell? I don't get it. I don't get it.
but I know it works.
Airplanes, I don't get it.
That was that was along the lines of this, but I cut it. But
Yeah.
same thing. I don't know how an airplane works, but I will go down an airplane.
The
I'll get it.
I
internet?
have to. Yeah.
Yeah. What is the internet?
I think they're like wires that go under the sea.
There's
has
a
anybody
difference
else heard
between the
that?
internet and the World Wide Web.
What?
There's a difference between the internet and the World Wide Web. I started a coding class because I told myself that I was going to code at one point, and that was the very first lesson. It's like there's the World Wide Web and then there's the internet. And I was like, I'm confused.
I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there other ones?
Yes. How do you feel about packing cubes?
Ugh. I'm not organized in my brain enough to like do that. You?
No.
I'm a very organized person, and I'm like,
I don't. To me, it's like when people have drawer organizers, you're still putting the same stuff in the drawer.
Right.
And it's still in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it might be a little tidier, but you're still putting the same things in the suitcase.
Yeah.
Right.
That just kind of when like people kind of like go out of their way to tell you how they do things, like so that they can convince you to do it. It's like, thank you, but like I'm fine. Thank you.
I do enjoy watching those organization TikToks though.
Like shelves and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that is it. I'm watching it as like it's not
ASMR.
reality. It's not reality for me. Like that will never.
Yeah,
That will never be me, and I know that. Yeah,
I feel
that's
that.
really all.
I guess along that line, and this I wasn't on the list, but we can add it. When people like rebottle things, like when like in some of the organization videos, like they'll pour the detergent into like a glass.
Oh
bottle.
yeah.
Yeah. Why?
It's really nice to watch, though, I will
Yeah,
say.
lovely.
But, like,
Yeah.
you're right. It's like it's not reality. It's like watching a movie.
But I think, and maybe we can dive deeper into this. Why do we all want to be that person, but also simultaneously are not that person?
I think we're just
There's
realistic.
just something that is like very aesthetically pleasing about that, but also will never be me.
Yeah.
I think there's like a scale, and if the scale is doesn't remember to buy more detergent, and then this side has extra and puts it in the new bottle, puts it in like their detergent bottle.
Right.
We all fall somewhere on that.
Do you think that also those people are the same people that use coupons?
I'm going to say no.
Okay. I don't know. Those two are related to me.
I probably would be that person actually, now that I think about it. I just don't like have the space to be that person right now. Or maybe that's the exact reason why I should be that person.
Well, people leave comments too because like they'll pour the detergent in and it will only like there will be some left in the bottle and they're like, now what do you do? Now you have 2 bottles. And it's like, yeah, I don't get any of it.
Yeah, that is a lot. That is a lot. What else do we not understand?
Do you have any others?
Cryptocurrency.
Oh.
I went on a date with a guy that was like big time into Bitcoin, like
red flag.
like did podcasts about Bitcoin, but that was just like something that I accepted that he sent me the podcast first. He sent me the podcast that he did, and I didn't really know that I liked him yet. And so I sent him one of our podcast episodes, and it was the one where we were talking about our types or something, and I was talking about how I just wanted to marry rich.
But did you know that was what we were talking about? Or did you just send him?
No, I just sent him because it was like the dating advice or something.
Yeah.
But
oh no.
yeah. And then after the fact, I was like, oh wait, he was kind of nice. And then I rewatched that episode and I was like, he'll never talk to me again.
And he never did.
And he didn't.
Do people still do the Bitcoin thing? Is that a thing?
I think so.
I think it's a thing.
No.
I don't get it though. There's also NFTs that.
Yep.
I don't think that's a thing anymore.
The best explanation that I've ever gotten for an NFT, which made sense at the time, but the more I tell the story, the less it makes sense.
Okay.
When I was interviewing for my last job, a lot of roles were open in crypto and NFT in that space.
Now I'm also remembering that you work in finance.
Yeah. And at the time, I was like, I would tell the recruiters, like, if I can't explain it to somebody, I can't work there because I don't want to be part of that. So the recruiter explained it like this. And going back to collectibles, if your favorite team wins the Super Bowl and you went to the Super Bowl and you have a ticket that you will keep forever because this is the Super Bowl that I went to and this is the ticket that I used. That is the idea behind an NFT. It's like a legit, like validated digital ticket that has meaning to you. Still no, but but that was like the closest that I got where I was like, oh, like if you had a scrapbook, you would put in like a movie ticket. And like if you just have this file of like, this is my NFT from this. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it.
People listening are probably
like, I totally understood everything you were saying, but I'm still like, no.
Yeah.
No.
No.
You should have used like the Eras Tour ticket as an example.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm more into football.
Yeah. Well, on that note, Nick has to get to football practice, so we're going to have to wrap this up. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
I hope so.
You came with some good ones.
Thanks.
You came prepared.
Thank you.
Eddie told me that you had a few, and I was like, a few? Because, people usually come with one, and,
Thanks.
Something in me just feels like this is going to be the top viewed podcast.
Maybe. Look out. Top episode.
Eddie's is the most viewed of this season so far. So
Okay. Maybe we take out the part where you say that I'm funny because then there's no pressure. Because I feel like people who listen to the end are going to be like, where?
I don't think so.
We'll think about it.
I don't think so. I think they're going to agree.
Yeah.
No, leave it in because it took out the Pee-wee.
Nope.
Now we're negotiating.
All right. Well, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Okay, bye.
Bye.